This is CBS 12 News at 11.
A tragic week for a local police department is coming to a close. Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us. I'm Lauren Hills. Jupiter police officer Bruce St. Laurent was laid to rest this afternoon. He died last weekend while escorting the motorcade of President Obama during a campaign stop in West Palm Beach. CBS 12's Al Pefley takes a look at the day's events.
Some say he died doing what he did best, working as a policeman, helping others. Mourners filled Christ Fellowship for the funeral of Bruce St. Laurent, a Jupiter police motorcycle officer who spent 20 years on the force.
I just want to tell you that our heart goes out to you and your family. There are no words that can ever replace your husband. Thank goodness he's in heaven.
Law enforcement
Officers from around the state had to carefully execute a traffic plan to keep the roads safe during the funeral procession. Sergeant William Hodge was the man telling officers where to go and what to do. He had nearly 100 people on duty to move around where he needed them to keep the roads clear for the procession.
It's a lot to put together. It's all broken up in pieces, but it all comes together at the end because everybody's very professional. They actually know what to do.
The husband of the woman who hit St. Laurent has issued a public statement on behalf of his family. Marion Holloway sent an email to the Palm Beach Post on behalf of his wife. It read, quote, "We want Officer St. Laurent's family, friends, and fellow officers to know that Susan is heartbroken beyond words over the accident. We know that nothing we say or do will change the facts. However, we feel compelled to communicate our condolences." This just in, a shooting investigation underway right now near Lake Worth. Deputies tell us that just before 10 tonight, a woman was shot in the stomach in the 6200 block of Plains Drive. She was rushed to Delray Medical Center for surgery. So far, no word on her condition or any suspects. New at 11, an arrest in a homicide that happened last month in Riviera Beach. Anthony Bell is behind bars tonight, charged in the death of 24-year-old Melvin Horn. Horn was gunned down in the Stony Brook apartment complex on August 18th. Bell was taken into custody by U.S. Marshals in Tallahassee for outstanding warrants of first-degree murder and possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. He's expected in court in Tallahassee tomorrow morning. I-95 shut down for hours today by a triple fatal accident just north of Woolbright Road. All lanes northbound were closed from just after 10 this morning until about 2 p.m. 3 people died in the crash. Traffic homicide investigators say 2 pickup trucks belonging to a roofing company from Deerfield Beach were on the side of the highway. One was broken down and the other one was there to help. They say a woman in a black Mercedes slammed into the back of one of the trucks. She was not seriously injured. The 5 people in the 2 trucks were badly hurt. 3 were killed and charges are pending. 2 people are behind bars tonight accused of ramming a PBSO deputy's vehicle in Boynton Beach last night. 26-year-old Cassius Davis and Timothy Anderson faced a judge this morning. They are charged with fleeing and eluding, possession of several illegal drugs, and aggravated assault on a law enforcement officer, just to name a few. At the scene last night, the black Nissan took off in an effort to lose police. The driver lost control near Northeast 15th Avenue and swerved into a front yard. One person in the car tried to run. The other ran into a nearby house and tried to hide. Both were taken into custody. A Miami mother and her boyfriend have been charged in a case of child abuse so severe that police said at one point it wasn't clear if the child would live.
The boy told the Christie house that this Gabby, who's his mom's boyfriend, made him lift up his arms and he punched him in the stomach. The punch was so severe that it actually caused internal bleeding, and they had to remove 4 inches of his bowel.
23-year-old Gabby Cancel Jr. is accused of beating and choking his girlfriend's 4-year-old son. The child remains in critical condition at Miami Children's Hospital. Police say the boy's mother tried to cover up the crime, and she's charged with accessory after the fact.
She was very evasive in the way she answered the questions, and she just was trying to protect. In fact, at the end of the interview, after they Mirandized her and interviewed her, and she confessed, she said that she just didn't want her boyfriend to go to jail.
Cancel is charged with aggravated child abuse. His bond is set at $251,000. Now to North Carolina, where video is going viral of a 2-year-old behind the wheel of a moving car. The child's parents posted the video to their Facebook page. Now they say they realize it was a dangerous move.
I feel bad for doing it, and I wasn't thinking.
Other people have done it, and I'm not saying that's an excuse for it, but they just thought it would be cute.
The family says the 2-year-old won't be behind the steering wheel again anytime soon. Among other things, legal experts say putting a child behind the wheel violates child restraint laws. Areas of South Florida still trying to get a handle of what Tropical Storm Isaac left behind, including a larger than normal mosquito population from floodwaters. A helicopter is set to fly Saturday night when the sun goes down to spray for mosquitoes in western Palm Beach County. Areas around the acreage were hardest hit by massive flooding in August. More than 270,000 acres will be covered in tomorrow night's mosquito spray. In tonight's Golden Hammer report, more than $1 billion and counting. That's how much money the U.S. has spent supplying Afghan troops with fuel. The Pentagon is scheduled to spend another $550 million a year starting in 2014. And it's the Afghans who will then control fuel purchases. You can read more about our weekly Golden Hammer Award by going to our website, cbs12.com, and clicking on the Waste Watch tab. For many of us, pets are part of the family, and when they die, it can be devastating for certain people.
This is the first time that I've really talked about it. Yeah. It's been 3.5 years.
Up next, the growing support group helping struggling pet owners deal with death. Now, here are tonight's winning lottery numbers.